Okay, in the last class, we are discussing about system unit, that is the CPU tower or the CPU case, then the different components inside that CPU case or CPU tower or inside the system unit. Then we discussed about the motherboard, the main processor or the central processing unit, then sound card, video card, network card, then RAM, DVD or CD drive, then power supply, hard disk. So all these things we discussed in the last class. Okay, then motherboard we discussed, central processing unit we discussed, it is considered as the brain of the computer. Then random access memory, RAM also we discussed, that is the working memory or the volatile memory or temporary memory. Then hard disk, that is permanent memory or secondary storage, so that we use for permanently storing the information. Okay, next is power supply unit, or another name is SMPS, switched mode power supply. That is a power supply unit inside the CPU cabinet or the CPU tower. So this is the unit that convert our AC or alternating current, that is our normal current, to DC, because electronic circuits are working on DC voltage. Direct current and alternating current, two types of currents are there, that you will study in physics in higher classes. Okay, so this SMPS or switched mode power supply will convert our AC voltage to DC voltage and will supply that voltage 12 volt, 6 volt, 9 volts. Several connectors are there that will provide to motherboard, hard disk, CD drive, like that. Different parts need different voltages. Okay, motherboard will be having 12 volt, 6 volt, like that. Okay, now see what is printed in your textbook. The power supply unit supplies the power that the computer needs. It is always located in the bags and is separate from all the other components inside the computer case. It connects to all the internal parts that is not directly connected to the motherboard, because any other components connected in the motherboard will get power from the motherboard. Okay, any other component that is not connected to the motherboard need extra power, additional power supply we need to supply. For example, CD drive, it is not directly connecting to the motherboard, not directly fixing inside the motherboard. Then another case, that is hard disk. Hard disk is not fixed on the motherboard. So hard disk, CD drive, etc. need separate power. So to that devices from SMPS, a separate connection will be given, and one connection will be given to the motherboard. Then those components fixing on the motherboard will get power supply from that connection. Okay, so this is SMPS or power supply. So normally it will be fixed on the back side, because when this SMPS is working, more heat will be generated. You can see a small opening. This is a fan. A fan will be fitted here, exhaust fan, so that air will be sent out of the CPU cabinet with the help of this fan, so that heat will be outside the CPU case. On the CPU box you can see, so here in this picture, bottom left corner you can see a box. This is a SMPS. So fan will be on the end, back side, so that hot air will be removed through that area, back side. Any doubt? Okay, now sound card. Sound card is an electronic board or a circuit board that helps the computer to handle that audio signals, that is sound signals, whether you are recording or you are playing some sound in the computer, it will be handled by the sound card. Normally motherboard will be coming within a built-in sound card. So if you need more features, more quality sound, we have to buy a new sound card, a quality sound card, and we have to fix it in the PCI slot. PCI slot is the slot on the motherboard. There you can fix this card. Okay, or even if your built-in sound card is damaged, you can buy another card and you can fix it. So that sound problem will be solved. Okay, now see what is printed in the textbook. The sound card, also called as audio card, another name is audio card, is responsible for what you hear in the speakers or headphones. Motherboards often have integrated sound chips. Integrated means it will be fixed inside the motherboard as a small chip, small IC. Okay. If your motherboard does not have a sound chip, or if you want better sound quality, you can buy a sound card, a Creative sound card or a Yamaha sound card. So many companies are there. You can buy a sound card, but you have to pay more. And most sound cards attach to one of the motherboard's PCI slots. Most sound card attached to one of the motherboard PCI slot. PCI slots, you remember, on the board you can see, on the motherboard you can see some places, white area. This is the PCI slot, portable component interface, that is PCI. Any portable component you can fix in this, that is the interface for connecting a portable component on the motherboard. That is why it is called PCI slots. Okay, next is video card. Similar to audio card or sound card, video card handles the video section of your computer. Whatever you see on the monitor is coming from video card or graphics card or GPU, graphic processing unit. All are same thing, called by different names. So whatever inside your computer is sending to the output unit will be handled by the graphics card or the GPU. If any problems there in the GPU or graphics card or video card, your picture will not be visible on the screen. Okay, now see. The video card, also called a graphic card, is responsible for what you see on the monitor. Whose mic is on? Anamika, Girish, mute your microphone. Anamika, mute your microphone. Okay. Most computers have a GPU built into the motherboard instead of having a separate video card. I told you, when you are buying a new computer, motherboard will have a built-in sound card and video card. Okay, if any problem with that built-in card, you can install PCI cards. Okay, if you like playing graphic intensive games, you can add faster video card to one of the expansion slot to get a better experience. Okay, normally the built-in graphics card will not be handling high quantity of graphics or high video, it will not be handling. So if you play a heavy video with graphics, heavy graphics, then your computer will be playing very slowly. Sometimes it will be coming frame by frame, slowly, just like slow motion. So it is problem with the graphics. That means that graphics card cannot handle that much graphics in your software. For example, if you play a Microsoft car game, and if you are playing it on a standard computer without a dedicated graphic card, that means a separate graphics card, then that video will be very slow. It will be coming still or frame by frame. Okay, that is a video card. The next is network card or network interface card. If you want to connect another device or a computer to our computer, we call it as network. If we are connecting any other device to our computer, we will call it as networking. So if you want to connect or network, we need a device that is called network interface card or NIC in short form. Okay, sometimes it may be called as Ethernet card. That is a company that provides Ethernet, that card. Okay. Now see, the network card allows your computer to communicate over a network and access the internet. Internet is part of network. So if you want to use internet, then you need a network card. It can either connect with an Ethernet cable or through wireless connector. You can connect with the help of a cable, LAN cable, that is Ethernet cable, or you can connect without cables. We call it as wireless Wi-Fi connection. Your laptops or mobile phone, you are connecting with Wi-Fi, wireless fidelity. That is a wireless network. And many motherboards have built-in network connections, and a network card can also be added to an expansion slot. Many of the computers are having built-in NIC card also, network card also. So if any damage or if any problem with the built-in network card, we can install this additional network card on any PCI slot. Okay, that is expansion slot. Next is CD or DVD drive. So all of you know what is CD and DVD, compact disc and digital versatile disc. If you want to use this type of CD in your computer, you need a drive. That is a mechanism to read and write CD or DVD. Okay, that mechanism is called as CD or DVD drive. Okay, nearly all computers today come equipped with a CD or DVD drive. Nowadays, CD drives are not common because it is outdated. Now it is coming with a DVD. Okay, in DVD drive, we can play or we can use DVD disc and CD. That is compact disc and digital versatile disc we can use in DVD. But in CD drive, you cannot use DVD. Okay, it is not backward compatible, it is forward compatible. Old type of CD you can use in new type of drives. Okay. So nearly all computers today come equipped with a CD or DVD drive, usually located on the front of your system unit. On the front side of your CPU tower or CPU case, you can see this DVD or CD drive. Then if you have a recordable disk drive, you can store copies of your files on blank CDs. The DVD, two types of DVDs are there, DVD writer and DVD reader. If it is DVD writer, that is DVD-W will be the DVD-W, DVD writer. You can write two DVDs in your computer. You can buy blank CDs and you can write from your computer so that your computer memory can be freed. Okay, that data you are not needed daily. You can write to CD and you can save your computer memory. Okay, nowadays all the drives are coming as writers. DVD writers. Okay, you can also use CD drive to play music CDs on your computer. You can also use CDs for playing music or videos like that. Okay, next is buttons and ports on a system unit. On the system unit or on the CPU case, on the CPU tower, you can see several ports. That is port. Port is an access to that unit. Port, just like seaport, airport. That is the seaport and airport. It is an access to a country or a land. Using that port, you can get into that country or that place. Similarly, this port are some access to the system unit or to the computer through which you can reach inside the CPU. And buttons, all of you know, power buttons. Buttons and ports on a system unit. The ports peeking out of the front and back of the personal computer are only a few of the dozens of components that make up your computer. That means you can connect dozens of components, different components you can connect to your computer. For example, pen drive, external hard disk, and webcam, digital camera, scanner, printer. So many components are there that you can connect to your computer tower or CPU. And ports will provide you 5 or 6 connections maximum. Latest will be 8 ports, etc. will be there. So that depends upon your computer. Anyway, minimum ports will be there. Let us see what are the things on your system unit. Now This is the front view of your CPU tower or CPU case. On top or on any of this area, you can see 4 separated area on top. One area it is used for inserting a CD drive. And below that you can see another area. This also can be used for inserting another CD drive. Then one more space is there. 4 CD drive maximum you can insert in this tower. You can fix it on top place or you can fix it on bottom place. That depends upon your requirement. Okay, anyway, in this CPU, 4 CD drive positions are there. So this covers you can remove and fix them. So in this, it is fixed on the top position. CD or DVD drive used to play and play music and videos. Okay. Then below here you can see some ports. This is USB port, that rectangular, to a small rectangular opening you can see. This is USB port, universal serial bus port. You can connect any USB device, keyboard, mouse, printer, scanner, camera, anything you can connect that is having a USB connection. After that you have to install a related software also in your computer, then only it will be working. Then in between 2 USB port you can see another port, one green colored, one pink colored. So this is audio port. This green color is audio out. That means that we will be connecting to the speaker. You can see the picture of a earphone below that port. Next to the green you can see a pink colored port. That is another audio port, that is mic port for microphone. Pink color is for connecting microphone. Green color is for connecting speakers. Then blue color will be the, that is for input. If you want to record some sound from your TV or your radio or your mobile phone in your computer, that time we want to use that blue colored input. So these are audio ports, output, input and record, that is to speaker, microphone, line in. Okay, now below that you can see the power button, that is switch on and switch off button, and below that you can see the reset button. Reset button means you switch off and switch on again. If you are using power button, you have to press 2 times. Press and hold several seconds to switch it off. Then again you have to press it on if you are using power button. But if you press reset button, it will automatically switch off and restart. So these are the common buttons that you can see on front side nowadays. After few years, sometimes this may change. Instead of front side, some CPU tower, it will be on the side also. It will be on the left side or right side. Okay. Now you can see what are the ports on the back side. Similarly, back side you can see more port. Several equipments you can connect on the back side of your CPU. Okay, on the backs of the computer case are connection ports that are made to fit specific devices. The arrangement of these ports vary from computer to computer, and many companies have their own special connectors for specific devices. Some of the ports may be color coded to match the color on the device, which will help you to determine which port is used with a particular device. I told you when you are connecting audio, there is color coding. Green for speaker out, pink for mic in, blue for line in. Like that, some color code you can see for some ports. Okay, now you can see some commonly visible ports on the back side of your CPU. So here you can see a net-like portion on top. This is the back side of your SMPS or power supply. Here you can see a 3-pin. To this 3-pin connector we are giving the power supply. And this net-like area on top is the fan, SMPS fan. And below that you can see another area. This is another fan to cool the entire CPU. When processor is working, processor and motherboard will be very hot. So we need to cool the motherboard and processor. For that, additional fans will be fitted on the CPU case. This is the additional cooling fan. This first one is the part of SMPS. Second one is the additional fan. Second one will not be there for all the CPU. Okay, now on top I already told this first one black colored 3-pin, that is the power supply or the power socket. The other end of that cable will be connecting to the wall socket. Okay, then below that you can see one blue colored and green colored PS2 port. PS2 stands for personal system. In olden days, only this port were available for connecting your mouse and keyboard. Okay, that is IBM personal system or personal computer. One model was there several years back. IBM PS2, personal system 2. In that, they introduced this port for connecting mouse and keyboard. That is why it is called PS2 ports. So you can connect not USB mouse. USB mouse you cannot connect on this PS2 port. Olden days, a separate mouse was available with PS2 ports. Nowadays, this type of mouse and keyboards are not available in the market because it is outdated. Sometimes it may be available, you have to search a lot. Then below that PS2 port, you can see USB port. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 USB ports are there. That may be different for different. Some may be having 2 USB ports, some may be having 4, some may be having 6, some may be having 8, like that. Okay, then below that you can see a network interface card. Here, this area where I am moving the mouse. This is the port for connecting LAN cable. LAN, local area network cable. One end will be connecting to this port, the other end will be connecting to your modem or the device that you want to connect to the computer. It may be modem or switch or some other computer or device. So this is a LAN port or NIC port or Ethernet port or network port. All are same thing, called by different names. Then below that you can see audio ports. So here you can see pink port, that is for microphone, green for speaker out, blue for line in. If you are using 5-in-1 system, that is 5 speaker and 1 subwoofer, in that case another port you can use. One will be for subwoofer, one will be for speaker, like that. That separate audio video in will be there for some computers. Okay, then below that you can see VGA port, HDMI port and DVI port. First one, this lengthy white colored port is DVI port. All these three are for connecting to your monitor or visual display unit or display unit. Digital was video interface, that is the first one. This is one type of connection to your monitor. This second one is VGA, video graphics array, video, that is VGA. This is a standard port with all monitors. Then last one in that row you can see HDMI, that is high definition multimedia interface. Latest devices are supporting this high definition multimedia interface. So your laptop or newly purchased equipments will be having this port. So in this port, audio and video together will be transmitted, HDMI. But VGA and DVI, only video will be transmitted. Audio we have to connect to the audio port. But if you are using HDMI port, audio and video will be sent to the same port. So these are some commonly visible port backside of your CPU. Now VGA port and DVI port will not be visible for old type of CPUs. These are new generation CPUs. Now below that graphics ports, you can see some more rectangular spaces. Here you can add more ports. Inside the motherboard, PCI slots are there. When you connect a card, for example, if you connect additional graphics card, on the motherboard you will be connecting to the PCI slot. The one end of that card will be visible in this back side. Here you can see that. Just like this is an additional card fitted, this is a graphics card fitted in this CPU. This is a separate graphics card. That is why it is visible in the back side of your CPU. If you add another audio card, it also will be visible here. You can add 1, 2, 3. 3 more card you can insert in this CPU. That much provision is there. Okay, these are the ports behind the CPU box. So have you any doubt? Have you any doubt in this regarding that ports? Okay. So our next section is exercise part. Just go through that. To check your knowledge, you have to answer this. First one is true or false. T for true and F for false. The motherboard connects directly or indirectly to every part of the computer. It is true or false. Liam? Liam on C, can you tell me that it's true or false? Motherboard connects directly or indirectly to every part of the computer. Can you hear me? It is true. It is true because everything we need to connect to motherboard. If any component need to work, we need to connect to motherboard and only it will be working. Then the second one, the data is stored temporarily in the ROM as long as the computer is on. Nandagopan, can you tell me? The data is, you have to read the question correctly. The data is stored temporarily in ROM, not a RAM. False. ROM is permanent memory. Okay, read-only memory is permanent memory. So that is false. If it is RAM, it is okay. It is true. Okay, then third one. The RAM is the most important secondary storage device. Rishal, can you tell me? Rishal, RAM is the most secondary storage device. Can you hear me, Rishal? Can you tell me that is true or false? RAM is the most important secondary storage device. Shreya, can you tell me? Sri Krishnan? It is false. RAM is primary memory, not secondary storage. Okay, RAM is primary memory. It is not secondary storage. That is false. And fourth one, the video card is also called graphics card. That is true. Okay. And fifth one, PS3 ports are used for connecting the mouse and keyboard. PS*3. PS2 is for connecting keyboard and mouse. What about PS3? PS3, there is no such port PS3. Normally PS3 is called for PlayStation 3, that is Microsoft gaming device. Okay, PS3 is not there in a computer, so that is false. Okay, next one. Fill in the blanks with the correct words. First one, some words are given here: software, motherboard, sound, processor, RAM. First one, the dash is the computer's main circuit board. Dash is the computer's main circuit board. Anamika, can you tell me? Motherboard, correct, good, motherboard. Then second one, the central processing unit is also called a what is that? Yes, processor. CPU is another name is processor. Then third one, dash is the main memory of a computer. RAM, okay, good. RAM is the main memory of computer. Then next one, the hard drive stores all dash you load onto your computer. The hard drive stores all the software, all the software you load onto your computer. Whatever software you are installing will be in our hard drive or hard disk. Okay, then last one, the dash card is responsible for what you hear in the speakers or headphone. Okay, sound card or audio card. Then next one, C, take the correct answers. First one, dash is the enclosures that contains the main components of a computer. Dash is the enclosure that contains the main components of a computer. System unit, computer case, both A and B. What is the answer? Computer case, system unit, CPU box, all are the same thing. Okay. And what is the answer? Both A and B. Okay, these are different names. Computer case, CPU box, CPU tower, system unit, all are same thing. The next one, second one, dash is responsible for what you see on the monitor. Graphic card or GPU or video card, all are same thing. And a third one, dash is the thin large printed circuit board. Large printed circuit board. RAM is large. RAM is not large. It's not large. Large circuit board is motherboard. Motherboard is the biggest circuit board in the CPU box or computer case. Processor is small one, that chip, and RAM is also one chip, that is small one. Then the capacity, fourth one, the capacity of a dash is measured in gigabytes or GB. RAM, hard disk, both A and B. Okay. RAM 1 GB, 2 GB, hard disk also 512 GB or 260 GB, like that. Then dash is the temporary memory. Fifth one, dash is the temporary memory. RAM, hard disk, CD. CD is temporary. Temporary means you will lose the content when you switch off the computer. When you turn off the computer, that data will be lost. That is temporary memory. When you switch off the computer, content of the CD will be lost. Yes or no? No. RAM is the temporary memory or the volatile memory. That means when you switch off the computer, content of the RAM will be lost. Hard disk is permanent memory, CD is permanent memory. Okay, now some question answers are there. Answer the following question. What do you understand by system unit? And second one, name the various components of a system unit. And third one, define the following: motherboard, CPU, RAM, video card. Then one worksheet is there. This you have to do yourself. Label the following system unit, ports and ports. Now that question answers I will send in the WhatsApp group. Okay.